Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the title update for Cold Silence, grabbing the Crazy Monks achievement. After opening up the bell gates, you are going to be in this location called the Lair of Sorrow. Once you get to this part, what you want to do is you want to make sure you jump up here, and then you are going to be in a boss fight against the dozen monks. Now, you're going to fight each of the monks one at a time, one-on-one in a random order. Each of them is going to have their own different attack patterns. However, the way to defeat them is going to be the same. You want to make sure you lure them to the ceiling. You're going to notice there are going to be 3 lanterns towards the ceiling, and basically what you have to do is you have to use your radio on the lantern as a monk is within its vicinity. If you happen to hit the lantern while the monk is within its vicinity, the monk will die and you'll move on to the next one. Every monk you defeat will drop a heart, so you can heal yourself between each monk. So the first monk I happen to draw is going to be this one. This one has a rather simple pattern. It's just going to float up and then start hitting the floor with a bunch of lightning. Basically, as soon as it jumps up, just make sure you hit it as soon as he gets to the corner. Super duper easy. This one is going to attack with a back and forth pattern. So basically, it's going to jump up and then turn into a wolf and then move across the screen. The strategy for this is to jump when it's jumping, so you can bait it to jump as high as it can. It's going to move across the screen and then bounce off the wall. As soon as it does, quickly use your radio to get the lantern and you should defeat it. This one is probably going to be the hardest of the bunch. Basically, he's going to throw this red ball at you. You can counter by jumping towards the ball and then shooting it with your gun. So basically, you're going to blow the ball up and then it should cancel out the attack. Then in the meantime, he is going to jump towards the top of the screen, and then you need to time your jump in order to catch him with the radio. So you kind of have to time when he's going to do a short jump and when he's going to do a high jump. So try your best to figure out the timing on this. Basically, he's going to do a projectile attack, short jump, then another projectile attack, and then a big jump. And then once you get him to do that big jump, that is when you want to make sure you hit him with your radio blast. It is also going to take a little bit of timing since he is only within the vicinity of the topmost lantern for only a few seconds or so. So try your best to also get the timing down. This one is going to be pretty easy if you are prepared for its attack. Basically, it's going to drop down and then start running towards you with a flurry of attacks. Then it's going to cling onto the wall, then the ceiling. You can get it when it's on the ceiling. Basically, it will run across all 3 lanterns, so if you time it correctly, you should be able to knock it out. This one is also going to be pretty easy. It's going to start off with a big lightning attack. Make sure you jump to dodge the floor hazard. Then it's going to turn into 4 clones. Just make sure you spam your radio, and then eventually you should be able to hit one of the clones, which is the correct one, and then knock that one out. This one is going to be a little challenging. It's basically going to tornado around the stage, and then as it's tornadoing, it's going to drop these spikes on you. So what you have to do is you kind of have to micromanage both dodging the spikes and trying to keep an eye on the monk. Basically, once it gets high enough in its tornadoing, you want to make sure you throw your radio off as it's passing one of the torches. So you can kind of bait it. Basically, it's going to kind of magnetize towards you, so you can get it to jump higher by also jumping higher. And then if you happen to lure it into one of the torches, make sure you quickly use your radio in order to knock it out. And probably the best time to do that is as it's rounding the corner after bouncing off of the wall. This one's going to be pretty easy, however, it does hit quite hard, so be a little careful. It's basically going to bounce violently across the screen. You basically want to time it as it's passing one of the torches in order to hit it. It's a very easy hit since this thing does often go towards the ceiling. However, if you do take a hit, it will do a ton of damage to you, so be a little careful of that. For this one is going to basically float up and then throw projectiles towards us. It pretty much floats to the corner right away, so again, a very easy one. This one is going to be another one that floats all around the area. It's going to shoot this spread projectile at you that is going to hit in 6 directions. It's a pretty simple pattern to figure out, so try your best to dodge it. You can also try to counter it using your gun if you can get the timing right, but it's easier to dodge it rather than trying to shoot it. This one's going to require a ton of patience since it very seldom floats up to the top where you need it to in order to hit it with one of the torches. So try your best to keep dodging and be patient. Eventually it should float to the top, and then once it does, quickly go up and then use your radio in order to catch it off guard and then take it out like normal. This one is going to be really easy. It's going to float to the top and rain bullets down on you. It's always going to be at the top, so you can very easily catch it as soon as it makes its first ascent. This is another one that's going to start out at the top. Basically, it's going to follow you. So as long as you're standing under a torch, it's going to jump straight up, and then you can quickly kill it before it does any damage. Super duper easy. Then for my last one, it's basically going to charge towards you, and then it's going to ricochet off the wall, going higher off of each bounce. As soon as it gets its second bounce off, it should be in the perfect spot in order for you to hit it using the middle torch. Once you manage to take out all 12 monks, you should be good for the achievement. There it is, 150 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.